Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, Coinbase Custody has announced immediate support for the mainnet iteration of the KIN token. They said this yesterday. As Cointelegraph previously reported, KIN is a cryptocurrency created by Canadian organization Kik Interactive of Kik Messaging. The token was originally developed on the Ethereum and Stellar networks and now operates on its own blockchain, which is a fork of Stellar. KIN holders can now benefit from Coinbase Custody's industry-leading offline storage platform and insurance coverage. They said Coinbase Custody is a custodial service provided by San Francisco-based platform known as Coinbase. Coinbase Custody was first announced on the 16th of November 2017. Wow, and launched, okay, yeah, that makes a bit more sense. And launched in 2018. As we previously covered, its main goal has been to provide robust security of crypto assets, which, according to Coinbase, have been institutional investors' #1 concern. So yeah, that is normally what we see is that Coinbase doesn't add things directly to Coinbase.com in the very beginning. They added to Coinbase Custody. It usually goes Coinbase Custody, Coinbase Pro, and then to actual Coinbase.com. So the fact that there is now support for KIN within the Coinbase sphere system, whatever you kind of want to call it, is very significant. What we've seen before is that when they've added it to Pro, it usually goes on to .com a couple of weeks later, like a week later, maybe sometimes even the same exact week. I don't think there's any real rush to actually have it on Pro or .com, as far as like we're not in the midst of a insane bull run at the moment. So yeah, the point is it's been added to Coinbase, so I assume the next steps are going to be Pro and then .com, which is kind of cool because we had information that they were going to add KIN in 2018 and 2019 now, and they've finally done it. Yeah, let's move on. Next up, Taiwanese consumer electronics firm HTC is doubling down on its mission to offer blockchain features to its cell phone customers. HTC Decentralized Chief Officer Phil Chen said at an event in Taipei that the company is preparing to release a second generation of its blockchain phone, the Exodus, by the year's end. This was said by Taiwan News. They reported this on Sunday. The HTC Exodus 1 was officially released last October after being announced during CoinDesk's Consensus 2018 event last May. The phone included a cryptocurrency wallet and also supports decentralized applications. Sales of the device have been in line with the company's expectations, Chen had said. Rival blockchain phone maker Israel-based Sirin Labs, on the other hand, recently axed a quarter of its workforce due to disappointing sales of its Fini phone, which I think I heard about once and not really any other time. I think HTC just maybe is a larger name in the industry. According to DigiTimes, Chen indicated that the second-gen device will support extra features over the current model, saying the new phone will extend its blockchain apps to include other areas such as browsing, messaging, and social media. I will tell you the truth, I'm probably not going to have one of these phones for quite a while. It feels like what we're seeing is the advent of... So for those of you, I'm pretty sure you should all remember this. As far as when we first started getting smartphones and touchscreen phones, they were kind of garbage. I'm not going to even lie. Like even the first 1 or 2 iPhones, they were cool, but they weren't really as good as the phones that we have right now, especially even like the lower level models as far as like the pricing and stuff like that, and the amount of speed and stuff that they can actually get on, you know, whatever the case might be. So while I think these things are cool and awesome and amazing and blockchain phones and stuff like that, I'm probably going to hold out for at least another 2 or 3 years, not even joking, until I actually decide to get one. Because what's going to end up happening is that as cryptocurrency adoption continues to increase, I don't know the exact price of this phone. I don't think it even says it somewhere around here. I don't know if it was this one or the Samsung one. There was somebody who released a blockchain phone, and that phone was $1,000, and I'm like, yeah, and then you release another one the year after, and you're also then expected to pay another $1,000. It's not going to happen. So as time goes on and crypto adoption can, you know, rapidly increases, there are going to be other companies and other institutions who are also going to be releasing blockchain phones. It's not difficult to release a blockchain phone or something that runs on blockchain or that is decentralized. So when we have those $299 phones, I will probably then buy one. But yeah, they're already planning on releasing the 2.0 for their system. Line of phones? I don't even know what to kind of call this. Line of phones. There we go. Anyway, let's move on. This is a really weird one. Bitpay, the largest global blockchain payments provider, announced Refundo, a leading provider of tax-related financial products, is making federal and state tax refunds available in Bitcoin directly to taxpayers through Bitpay's payouts. Refundo taxpayers can receive all or a portion of the federal and state taxes in Bitcoin using Refundo's CoinRT product. They said, "We are thrilled to power Refundo's CoinRT product. Refundo can now offer their customers a Bitcoin payout for their tax refunds, meeting their customers' demand for a more digital choice." This was said by Rolf Hag, head of business solutions at Bitpay. Refundo's integration joins existing Bitpay payouts used in global marketplace, affiliate programs, and payroll, highlighting the high speed and low cost of payouts in Bitcoin, whether they're going around the corner or around the globe. That was kind of cheesy. Refundo emphasizes speed, low transactions, blah, blah, so and so and so. So, side note, this is not paid advertising. I'm not affiliated with them. I just thought this was kind of interesting. This goes into the entire adoption thing. You know, there are many, you know, when we think about, once again, the adoption of the cryptocurrency space, we assume that it's going to happen overnight. It's going to be like this huge, really crazy thing that's going to happen all of a sudden. But it starts with really things like this being I remember there was a situation in 2000, it had to be 2014 or 15. You can probably find the article on Google. It was that some company had made it so I think you were able to pay your taxes in the United States in Bitcoin or like other cryptocurrencies. I think that program probably got shut down really fast. I don't know if they lost the funding. It may even still be around, but you don't really, you know, think about things in the back of your mind when you think about adoption, and the fact that there is now a way. I actually found the website. It's this right here. That you're able to be paid back in cryptocurrency after you've paid your taxes. So logically speaking, if that other company is still around, you can pay your taxes in Bitcoin, get paid back in Bitcoin. There are thousands of websites where you can actually pay for stuff in Bitcoin. Like, you can kind of live your life exclusively through cryptocurrency. And I don't think people see the significance or exactly how gravitationous is, how, that's not a word, how much gravity like all of this actually holds. Like, when you talk about, you know, Bitcoin taking over the world, it starts with things like this. Even if it's not like directly through the US government saying, yes, we directly accept Bitcoin, like there are still other ways for you to be able to transact your life completely in cryptocurrencies, which is absolutely insane. So once again, this is not paid advertising. I just thought it was kind of interesting. I like the idea of being able to live exclusively in crypto, which is within the next 5 to 10 years. I don't think we're not going to have a choice anymore. But the point is, I thought this was kind of cool. On the same exact note, 11% of the American population owns Bitcoin, according to a new survey published by Spencer Bogart of venture capital firm Blockchain Capital. He said this yesterday. Blockchain Capital partner Bogart posted the results of a new survey conducted by Harris Poll in order to provide analytics data on Bitcoin demographic trends conducted between April 23rd, 2019. So, okay, only for 2 days. The survey included answers of 2,000 people, American adults, and represents an expanded version of the previous demographic survey that they had in October 2017. According to the survey results, the American population gained more knowledge about Bitcoin in terms of 6 key aspects: awareness, familiarity, perception, conviction, propensity to purchase, and ownership. With that, the indicators have dramatically increased in many cases since October 2017, despite the bear market of 2018 and the bull market of 2017. The survey writes, the result outlines that Bitcoin is a demographic megatrend led by younger generation in the 18 to 34-year-old range. According to the survey, awareness has become the only aspect where older demographics match that of the younger age groups. I actually found the chart, the actual thing that they wrote on Medium, and the chart for it is right here. I believe the darker line is where we are right now, spring 2019. Kind of interesting. I mean, awareness is going to increase. There's kind of no way to kind of get around that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm actually shocked in general. This is just my own opinion, that people, once again, my opinion, that people within the 55 to 65 and higher age range are actually into cryptocurrencies. I think that's very important. A lot of people don't realize that not even the older generation, just people usually within this age range plus are usually wary of technology, and the fact that any of them are into cryptocurrencies or own cryptocurrencies. I think that is especially Bitcoin. That's insane. I mean, to be fair, during the run-up of 2017, I did have older members of my family asking me how to actually buy Bitcoin. On a quick side note, it was something I was thinking of earlier, and since we're on the topic of, you know, adoption, people knowing about it, what I've noticed has actually, and I have a lot of friends who've also done this. It's a really weird experiment, but it works. So I realize when it comes to actual adoption of cryptocurrencies, a lot of people tend to not get into cryptocurrencies because they probably are afraid of trying to buy it. They think the prices are too so-and-so. They think the prices are, like there's always something that kind of deters people from getting into the cryptocurrency space. What my friends have done that I found really interesting that actually ends up working is that if you have a friend, family member, coworker, someone who you enjoy and or love, and you're trying to get them into the cryptocurrency space, what's really interesting is if you buy them a fraction of Bitcoin or buy them a couple of, half a Litecoin, half an Ether or something like that, and kind of gift it to them, in some sort of way on a ledger through the computer, whatever the case might actually be, they become invested in the cryptocurrency space because in the back of their mind, they know that they have this. So they actually start looking at prices as well. I've noticed this for a couple of family members and also family friends, and also even my other friends. I had a friend, I don't think she's listening, but hello if you are. She was having a clothing sale and I bought something from her in Bitcoin, and she still keeps track of how much she actually has, and she wants to actually buy more now because she has a fraction of it. And you kind of get into this thing, especially as prices begin to rise. If you gave them a fraction of something and they see that they've made twice the amount, they'll start asking you how to get more. They'll tell their friends about it, and this is how you kind of keep the snowball rolling. Yeah, anyway, that was just something that was going through my head. I thought about it earlier because my friends, we've been talking about how to get more people into the cryptocurrency space, and the easiest way is to kind of make sure that they're invested. And when they know that they have skin in the game, usually they'll start asking questions on how to get more. I have an extra 20, I'll just throw it into the market, and it kind of creates this thing because when the market goes back up and Bitcoin hits 20,000 again, all the altcoins have done, an extreme amount of percentage up, they'll start telling other people, yeah, I made a couple $100 from nothing. Oh, that's crazy. How'd you make it? Well, I did it for this. And then, yeah, that's the easiest way. It doesn't, I'm not telling you to give someone an entire Bitcoin or 50,000 XRP. Just give them some, a little tiny amount, maybe $20, $30, $40. Like if you would normally be giving a birthday present to someone, you give them a $20 bill inside the card, give them cryptocurrencies instead. It'll definitely jog their mind to start thinking more about getting more of it. Kind of crazy to think about. To kind of finish things up, mixed cryptocurrency transactions now represent 4% of all Bitcoin payments, according to data published by Longhash on the 29th of April. So-called CoinJoins have risen by 300% in the space of the last 9 months. By blending multiple transactions together before they are sent to the recipient, the technique is regarded as a way of obscuring the sender's details. For those who don't understand exactly what's going on, or rather, I'll explain a little bit before we dig deeper into the actual situation. Around 2012, 2013, the entire idea is that governments would hate Bitcoin because you couldn't see where it was going. No one could trace the transactions. Governments actually announced in 2014, 15, 16, and also part of 2017 that they actually can track transactions. They actually prefer people to use Bitcoin over other cryptocurrencies because Bitcoin is easily trackable. In that normally they can kind of, do some digging and tracing and tracking to see where you have something listed, where so-and-so, and then they can tell exactly, they can it's not extremely easy, but they are able to tell sometimes where many transactions are going. A lot of people don't like this, and because of this, it's created something where the actual, we had a video about this a couple of months ago. It was about the fungibility of Bitcoin, or rather, is one Bitcoin equal to one Bitcoin? And it kind of comes down to the fact that in today's day and age, no. People now prefer clean Bitcoin. That is to say, they prefer to have a Bitcoin that's either stayed in a wallet since 2010 and has never been touched. It has a higher intrinsic value, if it will, because it has never gone through dirty hands. Once again, air quote. The other side of it is that if you have a coin that has been associated, because you can't track all these things once again on the blockchain. So if you had a coin that 4 or 5 years ago was attached to a group that may be considered a terrorist group, and then that went to another group, and that went to so-and-so and so, and that went to a cryptocurrency exchange where someone was doing money laundering, and they had a piece of that Bitcoin, and then that Bitcoin eventually got sent to you, that Bitcoin is now considered dirty, air quotes. So this is where the entire idea of a CoinJoin comes in, because we are at a point right now where eventually 2-3 years in the future, Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies will have these things on top of their blockchains or sidechains, whatever the case might be, where transactions are obscure, where you can't see where they're going, who they're going to. The easiest way to kind of do this right now is to kind of mix them all together in a CoinJoin. And this is how people prefer to get them, because there was a situation also, I don't know if you remember last year, where the US government, I think they blacklisted 2 Bitcoin addresses because, and like it made no sense to the community when they first did it. And then we all realized that they were blacklisting these Bitcoin addresses because any other address afterwards that holds that Bitcoin can be traced back to that other address, and therefore it is seen as dirty, or they can, if you're trying to send something to, like, I think even right now, certain payments trying to be sent to Coinbase or some other exchange can be blocked because they are tracked through these actual addresses and whatever the case might be. So just to give you a little bit of a backstory as to kind of why people are doing all of this and why it's very significant that 4% of all Bitcoin transactions, that's actually a huge amount. Like if Bitcoin last year was transacting over $1 trillion US, that's a huge amount of money that people were trying to figure out how to have their own privacy once again, as opposed to people realizing or seeing exactly what they're doing. The data was provided by Adam Fiskor, the CTO of the company that runs Wasabi Wallet, a product that aims to deliver greater levels of anonymity to Bitcoin users. It shows that CoinJoin transactions have reached their highest level since 2013/2014. CoinJoins have become more popular as governments around the world begin to step up their monitoring of transactions on blockchain, with law enforcement agencies often using specialist companies such as Chainalysis to pursue hackers and criminals dealing in crypto. Yeah, it's really crazy right now. So this is why I became very bullish on news about first of all, Schnorr, and I want to say Mimblewimb, but probably a bit later, but Schnorr is definitely going to be implemented on Bitcoin. They said they can do it with a soft fork. Let's see exactly what ends up happening. We know that Ethereum eventually plans on having or implementing private transactions in Coinbase. Litecoin also announced this year that they're also going to be implementing these things on their platform as well. It's just a very weird situation, because the part of the problem is that governments and agencies, whatever the case might be, can sometimes be very fickle. That is to say, what they may not consider illegal today, they may consider illegal tomorrow. So you may sit there thinking that your coins are completely fine, and then they associate your address with some other address, and eventually you can't move your coins. You can't send your coins to Coinbase. You can't send your coins to so-and-so, and so you're trying to send it somewhere else, and that's completely defeats the purpose of the cryptocurrency space and being able to do with your own money as you so please, especially if we get into another situation where governments or so-and-so are like, hey, okay, for those who don't know, you can Google this. It's actually a real thing. I told this to someone else and it was like, you're lying. And I was like, no, I don't think I would lie about this. North Korea, throughout the course of, North Korea, throughout the course of 2017 and 2018, were responsible for an enormous number of hacks within the cryptocurrency space. It's estimated that they hold at least $500 million worth of Bitcoin. That's once again North Korea. If they can start tracking those addresses, and I'm pretty sure that there are definitely agencies who are tracking the transactions that have happened or have gone to North Korea, and they decide to send that money somewhere or spend it, whatever the case might be, and you end up with a fraction of that, you are then, suspected or so-and-so of something. And this is kind of the entire reasons why this has happened. It says, although privacy coins have been touted as an alternative to Bitcoin, they are experiencing a pushback in some countries. Officials in France have suggested they should be banned altogether, while China recently embraced or enforced new anti-anonymity regulations that are purportedly designed to contribute to the industry's healthy development. This will all be very interesting. Once again, I think I mentioned this about a week ago, in about 3 years, because by then, every major coin, I think save XRP and Stellar and maybe one or two other ones, are probably going to have these anonymous transaction things on top of them. But this is also in a world where Bitcoin's price is supposed to be over $100,000 and is therefore then, or has established itself as a major world currency. Don't know exactly what's going to end up happening. I assume a lot of governments aren't going to be too happy with that, but at that point, it'll kind of be too late. Anyway, that is, I believe, definitely going to do it for this video. The market seems to be doing okay. I'm trying not to jinx it. I'm trying not to even look at the screen. That was a joke. So For some reason, the market shot up. There doesn't seem to be any significant reason why the market would have shot up. It seems that we are still within this range. If you see this thing over here, we're not really moving outside of that range. So it may be that we are in another tightening situation, depending on where you look around. I mean, really, it ranges from 0 to 100. People think that the market is due, or rather, people think that Bitcoin is due for another drop to around 4,200 to test another low. If it doesn't pass by 4,200, we're going to skyrocket. Everything's great. Moon's the limit. So and so and so. Or a lot of people think that we are within, I think by, no, grain of salt. There are a lot of analysts who are saying that Bitcoin has crossed the golden cross. The news of Tether didn't really affect the price as much as they thought that it would, which is a very bullish indicator. And they're also saying that by the 7th of this month, like I said, grain of salt. I don't know how they got to that exact date, but they're saying by the 7th of this month, if Bitcoin has passed by 5,500 and remains above that, it is then poised to move over the $6,000 area, which is apparently the indicator that everyone is saying that we need to pass by, because apparently, according to different people, in order to say that you are in a bullish trend, you have to have gone up over, I think, by 20% from your previous all-time low or wherever you ended up low before. Bitcoin, I think, fell to 3,200, I think was the absolute low, but apparently with different metrics and different so and so, because the volatility is so completely insane, people are saying that you need to, or rather Bitcoin will be completely out of a bearish trend once it passes by $6,000. There we go. That's kind of exactly what's going on. So market's going up. I'm not complaining. Keep doing what you're doing. It looks like over the last hour, there's a bit of a slight pullback, but I mean, you can't expect things to go up forever. It's just kind of how things are. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. I do appreciate all of the support. If I sounded a bit different today, it's because my voice is like, I was doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing. I was hanging out. I hung out a bit too late. I was in like a really smoky bar. The music was playing a bit too loud, and you've been in those situations like we're kind of screaming at the person right in front of you, but they still can't hear you. It was just a lot, so my voice is a little shot. But anyway, as always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, SC Verzely Fine Art, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, Sheldon Fried Rice, Gil Boa Snake, Crypto Joe, Carl Birchenoff, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Rai, Yasha Harari, Amy Starsheen, Jeffrey Ramsey, Crypnotic, Crypto Artist Coldy 3D, Nicholas One Earth, One Peace, One Love, Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich III, RF Dusty, Cody, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Minting Coins, Arthur Yaku, and Nick Mangialavori and Anthony Charles. Thank you all very much for your support. You're all awesome. Thank you all once again for watching and listening, and I will definitely, most certainly, be talking to you all soon. See you.